I'm from Anuradhapura. I am not going to school. Naughty. I did O levels may before 1 year. Yes, Steve. Chemistry, physics, Steve. Anuradhapura near Anuradhapura town.
Yes, miss. I am from Horan. I am from Horna. My school is Ashok College. No, miss. Horan Ashok. Hor no, teacher. Yes, miss. As my hobby, I do chess. IT and physics. Yes, miss.
I would like to go for electrical and electronic engineering.
to become a no is definitely doing. I like to be a cybersecurity.
Okay, right. So basically, combined mathematics is consist of two parts, which is pure mathematics and applied mathematics. Have you heard about it? We have two parts, which is pure and applied. Pure mathematics and applied mathematics. So I'll write the content. This is not like all level mathematics. Don't think this is mathematics. Okay, I know mathematics. I'm good at mathematics. This is not actually what you have learned in all levels. This is something 100 times greater what you have learned in all levels. Okay, right. So first of all, in pure mathematics, darling, we'll be having for the first year, that means grade 12, we'll be having real numbers functions, angular measurements. Don't worry, we are going to talk everything. Cartesian system, straight line. You can note down with me, darling. Circular functions, sine rule, cosine rule, polynomials, trigonometry identities, rational functions, index, logarithm, laws. Basic properties of inequalities and solution. Then finally, solving trigonometric inequalities. Right? So this is not only for grade 12, this is for grade 12 first term. Okay? We have second term and third term. So now think how wide the content. That is not very easy. I told you this is 100 times bigger than what you have learned in grade 11. This is the first term, right? And then we have quadratic functions and equations. And I'll write it here, so you can write it to the down. This is for the first term. And the second term part, I'm going to write it here, which is pure part, which is pure. Quadratic functions and equations. Inverse trigonometric functions. Again, we have sine rule and cosine rule. Limits. This is for the second term. And finally, for the third term, which is my favorite lesson, derivative. An application of derivatives. Right, note down the pure part, right? note it down to the bottom. Otherwise, you can't understand. Ah, is this message? Books needed. I'll tell you. Right. So the resource books I'll mention you in the next class. Which the books which you need to take. You have to have 2 books for pure and for applied, right? But actually, what happens when you take it 1 book for pure, 1 chapter will be written in 1 book. That happens because the content is too big. Real numbers, functions, sine, cosine, polynomials, trigonometric identities, 121 book will be enough, right? So actually for derivatives, application of derivative, another 1 book. I'm telling for the truth, 120 or 160 page book will go for derivatives and application of derivatives. For each and every chapter, you will have to take a book. Okay, right. This is not simple as you think. So, for the beginning, take 2 books, the pure part and applied part. First of all, we are doing these ones, which is little bit advanced to the O levels. Real numbers you have already done in O levels. R, this one. This one you have done, right? R plus, R negative, real numbers, natural numbers, complex numbers. So we are going to do advanced of that. Functions, angular measurements, radians, the degrees, radians, Cartesian system, straight line, circular functions. We'll discuss one by one. Quickly note it down, this one. And you need the past paper book. When you are finished, let me know. So Ganidu, who's there in your family? Only you or any brothers, sisters?
I have 2 brothers.
Sorry, Pute?
2 brothers.
2 brothers, elder or younger?
1 elder, 1 young.
1 elder, 1 younger. So what about your younger brother? He's in which grade?
In grade 2.
Grade
2.
2. Small younger brother. Younger brother. What about your elder brother?
He is doing A-levels in 2020.
Sorry, Pute?
He is doing A-levels in 2026.
Your voice is not clear for me.
And he is doing A-levels in 2026 batch.
26 badge. A badge before you.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Roman, what about you? Who's there in your family?
One sister,
Sister, elder or younger?
younger,
Elder. Okay, what is she doing?
young,
Younger. Okay, she's in which grade?
grade 11,
Grade 11. She's coming behind you. Okay, could you note it down? Have you finished? Roman?
Still writing, miss.
Okay. When you're finished, let me know. We'll wait until Romal finishes. So, how about your marks? All level, the last third term marks? The math, science? Yes, Kanidu, how about you?
In class, I had uh, 82 marks for maths and 94 something like that
90
for
something.
science.
Science. So, you went for Abhiman sir.
Yes,
What about maths?
Shehan sir.
Shahan sir. So, how about the maths paper? Is it very easy? You did it smoothly.
Not easy.
What happened?
It's okay, but the first paper is little bit.
Hard.
Uh,
Okay. Romal, how about you? Finish. Okay, so how about the paper, maths paper?
Not easy.
Not easy. Ayyo, what happened? So same as Ganidu, first part is hard.
Yes, miss.
Ane. So you also went to Shahan sir's class?
Yes, miss.
Shahan sir and Abhiman sir.
Yes.
The best teachers, so don't worry. They have given the best. So don't worry, right? So if you have done something, if you have written something on the paper, but not the lies, something related to the question, something which is nearly going to the answer, don't worry, right? So did you leave any space or did you write anything? Write something. It is very close to the question or to the answer. You'll get the answer. You'll get the marks. Right. So this is first year 3 terms, right? So sine rule, cosine rule. So you know what is sine and cos. I hope you can remember. So you have the triangle. This is the right angle. You have the theta. That is sine. That is sine. And what is cos? We take A, B, and C. What are the three sides? This side we call it as adjacent. This side we call it as opposite. This is hypotenuse. So sine is what? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, right? Then you have tan. Tan is opposite over adjacent, or you can have sine over cos. So this is not we are going to talk here. You need this part and all the angles, sine 30, sine 60, sine 45, sine 90, everything is there. The trigonometry, you need this one, and trigonometry identities. So we'll talk everything, and index and logarithm laws. I'm talking what is basic things today. Index and logarithm laws, can you remember? What are the index laws and logarithm laws? Logarithm, what are the laws you had? Log m times n, how can you write? Log m plus log n. Log m over n, how can you write?
LGM minus LC.
N, right? So if I have log a to the power r, how can I write this? R log a, right? So these are the three logarithm laws. And in this is what happened. A to the power 0 is how much? Any number to the power 0? Any number to the power 0 is always 1. If it is 1000 to the power 0, million to the power 0, that is 1. Okay. A to the power negative 3. If I ask you to write this as a positive power, how can you write it? We can take the reciprocal and we can write it as a over, sorry, 1 over a to the power 3. What can you say about this? Power of power. How can you write this one? You can write a m times n. If I have something like this, indices, multiplication with same base.
Plus
A m plus n. So same thing, am over an, I can write am minus n. If the base is same, right? Okay. Then we have quadratic functions, equations, inverse trigonometric functions, sign again. Limits are there, derivative. This is the interesting part which I like. And next we have integration. Maybe you have heard those words. Inequalities. Inequalities you have to know about modulus. It will do everything. Shall I erase the pure part for the first year? Okay. Now I'll write the applied part also. Applied part which we have to do. First we have to do vectors. You know what is vectors, right? System of coplanars. Forces acting at a forces acting at a point. Right? That is for the first term. System of coplanars. Coplanar forces acting on a rigid body. This is for the second term. Motion in a straight line. Motion in a straight line. And then last term we have projectiles. Projectiles, this lesson you'll find this one in physics also. This coplanar forces, vectors. So most of the applied part you can find in physics, but the large part is covered in mathematics. Projectiles, equilibrium of 3, this is also there. Equilibrium of 3 forces acting on a point. 3 coplanar forces. Maybe some words are new for you, don't worry. Friction, relative motion, Newton's law of motion. Note it down, the things which you have to cover in the first year, applied part. Okay, finish. Writing or getting screenshots?
I wrote it.
You wrote it? Roman? Okay,
Wrote it,
right. So over there, vectors means what? What is vectors? That is vectors. So maybe you have found in science, physics part. Science you had biology, physics and chemistry, right? In physics part,
Vector quantities.
vector
Quantities.
quantity. Maybe you have heard these two words, vector and scalar. What is scalar and what is vector? What is the difference between vector and scalar? Vector pute, have you heard velocity is a vector quantity, distance is a scalar. But why do we say that this is a vector and this is a scalar? In vector we have a magnitude and a direction both. We have magnitude and a direction. So we can say that the vector A, this will be having a magnitude and as well as a direction. So velocity, what happened? Velocity having a magnitude as well as a direction, right? So same way, scalar, they only has a magnitude. So vector lesson, they are going to add vectors, they are going to subtract vectors, multiply vectors, everything will be there. Coplanar forces acting on a point and rigid body, that is something new for you. So A levels will study. Projectile. Projectile is something like this. Right. Now tell me, you are traveling on a plane, airplane, right? Suddenly you open the door and you are going to, you can't open the door, right? This is not practical. If you open the door and you're going to throw something out, tell me how it's going to fall. Now here that plane is like this, no? Something like this. I'm not good at drawing. You're going to throw something. Tell me how it's going to fall. Is it, now this is the ground. Tell me how it's going to fall. This object is going to fall how? Directly write down. Like this. That is the question given for you. Think when it's thrown, how it's going to fall. Search it and find it, how it will fall. It's not going to fall it directly downward. Right? That is why we are going to learn about projectiles, so you can see. And this the other thing. Cricket. The ball is coming and we are going to hit from the back. How is this force, not force, how is this 6 is formed? We are going to talk everything with projectiles. Right? Projectile motion is something like a parabola motion. This is the object. We'll think a ball, the ball which we place in cricket. That ball will goes and hit the boundary like this. This will be the maximum distance. Right? Then here with the ground and this one, there forms an angle. If you hit with this angle, it will go with the maximum distance. So when you're playing cricket, normally we take the maximum, not maximum, the angle which can have the maximum distance is 45 degree. So if you hit the ball with 45 degree by holding the bat properly, then it will go the maximum distance, that means above the boundary. So you can have a 6. So that everything is mathematics, not only cricket. What about basketball? Basketball also we are holding the ball and we are putting to that basket, no? Netball, basketball, everything. We have a newcomer. Is this the time to join? So if the man is standing here, here is the basketball, that one. You have to throw it like this. So there are the angles. You can calculate this distance, this the distance you are standing, and you can find which angle I have to have it, and you can throw it and get the goal. So everything is mathematics. This is called projectile motion. We learn it. So then you can play any sport. Basketball, netball, cricket, anything. Where is that one? Who came just now? Right. Projectile motion is something like this. Equilibrium of 3 coplanar forces. Equilibrium. So that is also new for you. Holding with 3 things. We'll learn that also. Then friction. Friction is the other important thing. This one you have learned in O-level physics. What is friction? Yes, that is friction. Ane. The other important thing, darling, if you can't understand anything, you can ask me. Language is not a problem. I don't know. I didn't ask that from you. I'm sorry for I forget it. Is it okay if I explain everything in English, or do you want me to explain it in Sinhala? What about Ramal? Ramal, I can see something above your eyes, not the full face. Can you adjust the camera? Right. Okay, so now tell me, darling, do you need an explanation from Sinhala, or is it okay if I explain everything in English? Ramal?
Some words that are hard in English can explain using.
Right, no problem. I can explain it in Sinhala. Let me know if any place that you can't understand, right? But these words I have to use in English because you don't get Sinhala words in exam paper. Okay, but the concept or but the things I'll explain it in Sinhala. Okay, I'll use the word same thing. Projectiles. I also don't know the Sinhala word. Projectiles. I'll find it and tell you. I don't know the Sinhala word. Projectile motion is something like this. Cricket ගහන්න basketball සෙල්ලම් කරන්න plane එකකින් ඒක ඔයගලන්ට ප්‍රශ්නයක්. හරිද? plane එකකින් අර එකක් දැම් object එකක් විසික් කරාම ඒක වැටෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා හොයාගෙන යන ලබන සතියේ. කෙලින්ම direct පල්ලෙහාට වැටෙනවද? නැත්නම් කොහොමද කියලා?
Teacher,
Yes darling.
teacher, ඒක direct වැටෙනවා. ඒත් අපිට පේන්නේ නිකන් මේ ඇදේට වැටෙනවා වගේ නේද? ප්ලේන් එක අර යන ගමන්.
හොයලා බලලා කියන්න. චුට්ටක් හරි හොයලා බලලා කියන්න. නැත්නම් ඔයා වාහනයකින් යනකොට මොකක් හරි විසික් කරාම ඒකත් කොහොමද කියලා හොයලා බලලා කියන්න. චුට්ටක් හරි. හරිද? And then we have friction. Friction කියන්නේ ඝර්ෂණය. ඒක නම් මම දන්නවා. What is friction? Roman, what is friction? ඝර්ෂණය. ඝර්ෂණය කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? No idea. The thing is friction. There is nothing smooth. What are the friction කියන්නේ? Roman, any idea about friction?
Force
Abhi,
applied. Opposite motion.
opposite motion. Okay, that is correct. But I'll prove that is wrong. So you tell me that. Okay, so if I'm going to pull a fridge, we'll take a fridge. We'll take a fridge. This is a fridge, right? So I need to pull this one. So this will be pulled to this direction. So I have to apply a force. I have to apply a force. There are two frictions, which is called static friction and dynamic friction. Static friction and dynamic. Static, dynamic, right? Static friction is, now this will take it as 70 kilogram. This is heavy as 70 kilogram. So if I give a force like a 10 kilogram, can I pull this one? Actually, this is not kilograms. Force is something with Newton. So if we'll take it as Newton. 70 kg means 700 Newton. So if I'm going to give a force with 100 Newton, 100 Newton, බලයක් දෙනවා 100කින්. පුළුවන්ද මේක තල්ලු කරන්න? බෑ. හැබැයි a slight change is there. I'm giving a force. There is a friction. There is a force. Not a friction. There is a force opposite to the motion. Opposite to the motion. That one we call it as friction. But in this case, this is not going to move. This is called static friction. In this case, this is called static friction, which is not going to move. Right? If I give something more than 700, like 800 Newton, 800 Newton, then this will move, but there is a force opposite to the direction which is moving. This is called dynamic friction. Dynamic friction, right? Dynamic friction always changes according to the force which we gives. F equals mu r. This is the friction force, and this is the normal, and then mu is the this is the force, mu is the frictional force, which is static or dynamic. We can use mu s for static, mu k for dynamics, right? So we'll learn everything one by one, don't worry. Right. So now, this one, I'm going to pull a fridge and pulling in this direction, and this way I have the friction. Now tell me about this one. A man okay, right, don't think about that. Now you're walking, no? You're walking, right? Now tell me, you're walking towards, I'll walk to this side, I'll walk in this direction, right? Now tell me, to which side I have friction? To which side I have friction? So I'm walking in this side means you are telling the friction is to this side. What about Romal? Walking to this side. Where is my friction? To which direction is the friction? Danidu is telling it is to this direction. Romal?
Downward.
Sorry, darling, I didn't hear.
Downward.
Downward. This way. This way. Think very carefully. Now you are doing advanced level mathematics. Right? Critical thinking is very important. I told you, frictional force is something which is opposite to the direction you are moving. But I told you that I'm going to prove that it is wrong. But there is something correct. But or every time you can't use that. Now you are knowing that I'm walking to this direction. Right? Now think about your foot. Think about your foot. Think about your foot. Now imagine this is my foot. If I'm walking this direction, my foot will try to move in which direction? It will try to move in this way, no? කකුල බිම තියලා ඇවිදින්න බලන්න. කකුල බිම තියලා ඇවිදිනකොට කකුල කොයි පැත්තටද move වෙන්නේ බලන්න. කොහෙටද move වෙන්න try කරන්නේ? ඉස්සරහටද පස්සටද? පස්සට. කකුල move වෙන්න try කරන්නේ පස්සට නම් කකුල move වෙන්න try කරන්නේ පස්සට නම් frictional force එක තියෙන්නේ කොහෙටද? ඉස්සරහට. හැමතිස්සෙම motion එක තියෙන්නේ මොන පැත්තටද? ඒ පැත්තට අනිත් පැත්තට නෙමෙයි ෆ්‍රික්ෂනල් ෆෝස් එක තියෙන්නේ. හොඳට බලන්න. අපි ඇවිදිනවා නම් ඒක සම්බන්ධ වෙන්නේ කකුල. කකුල කොහෙටද මූව් වෙන්නේ? මූව් වෙන්නේ පස්සට නම් ෆ්‍රික්ෂනල් ෆෝස් එක තියෙන්නේ මේ පැත්තට. Right? So same as the motion. Right? Another question. Right? There is a lorry. Right? Which is moving in this direction. There is a box. The lorry is there and this is moving in this direction. Now tell me the friction force is where? Not the tires, box and this surface, lorry surface. Now tell me where is the frictional force? Downwards? This downwards? This box with the plane, with the surface. Box and the surface. I'm asking. I forget about this one. Forget about this. Right? I have a box on the table. Right? I'm going to pull this in this direction. Therefore, you will have a frictional force opposite to that direction. When you pull in this direction, there is a frictional force opposite to this direction. Not downwards or upwards. Right? Okay. So if I'm going to move something like this, මම white board එකේ මේ පොත තියලා මේක උඩට තල්ලු කරනවා. frictional force එක කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? අන්න එතකොට frictional force එක පල්ලෙහාට. එහෙම කරොත් frictional force එක පල්ලෙහාට. දැන් මෙතනදී මේ box එක මම මෙහෙට තල්ලු කරනවා නම් frictional force එක කොහෙටද? මේ පැත්තට. තේරුණාද? ප්‍රමාල්? Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Right. Now tell me about this instance. This lorry is moving in this direction. Now tell me frictional force between this box and the surface. Not the tires. Tires will have it in this direction. I'm asking about this one and box. This surface and box. Think. box එක කොහෙටද යන්නේ? දැන් හිතන්න ඇත්තටම වෙන සිද්ධියක් මේ. ඇත්තටම වෙන එකක් නේ. container එකක හරි lorry එකක හරි මොකක් හරි බඩු පෙට්ටියක් තියලා යනකොට මේක කොහෙටද move වෙන්නේ try කරන්නේ? වාහනේ යනකොට මේක කොහෙටද යන්නේ? ඉස්සරහට. ඇයි එතකොට lorry එකක බඩු ගැට ගහලා තියෙන්නේ? ඇයි ගැට ගහලා යන්නේ? මොන හරි පෙට්ටි ටිකක් තියලා ඇයි ඒ ටික හොඳට lorry එකට ගැට ගහන්නේ? වාහනේ යනකොට මේක යනකොට මේ ටික පල්ලෙහාට වැටෙන්නේ. මේ box එකේ motion එක කොහෙටද? box එකේ motion එක තියෙන්නේ මෙහාට. box එකේ motion එක මෙහාට නම් friction එක කොයි පැත්තටද තියෙන්නේ? friction එක තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ පැත්ත. හරිද? හොඳට හිතන්න මේ practical questions. This will be important in physics also when it comes to friction lesson. Right? Now this is something deep thing what I just told you. We'll do it everything one by one when we are coming to that lesson. Okay, friction, relative motion. Actually relative to the earth, relative to this person, something not easy. Newton law of motion, how many laws are there? How many laws are there for Newton's? How many laws? 3 laws. What are the 3 laws? දන්නේ නැතේ නෑ. හරි අන්තිම එක කියන්නකෝ තුන්වෙනි එක. That is very easy. That is the third one. අනේ third one බෑ නම් ඉතින් මම maths කරන පන්තියෙන් එලවලා දාන්න ඕනේ. first second third බයි හරි first බයි සමතකයි කියමුකෝ මොකද ඒක මේකනේ second one එකත් අමතකයි කියන්න බෑ කමන්නේ chance එකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේකට නම් chance එකක් දෙන්න බෑ. What is the third law?
Every action has a equal opposite reaction.
Every action has opposite and equal reaction. කණේ පාරක් දුන්නොත් අනිත් පැත්තට කණේ පාරක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Every action has a equal opposite direction. That is the third law of Newton's. Second law of this law is F equals ma. F equals ma. Right? This is theory. Object which is in rest until it given a force, and then when an external force is given, it moves with a constant velocity. Right? So we'll discuss all the laws and motions. Right? Now tell me, this is this all everything, right? The grade 12. Now we'll write the content which is there in grade 13. I'm erasing everything. Right? We have straight line and integration. Straight line. And the next interesting lesson which I like is integration. Have you heard this one? Integration, differentiation? No. Right. Then we have circles. Permutation and combination. This is also very interesting. Principle of mathematical induction. Series. Binomial expansion. Complex numbers. Matrices. Matrices you have learned in grade 10, 11. Let me know when you're finished. Okay. Ganidu, have you finished? Okay. Straight line, you know. No? Integration. Integration is something like, have you heard that word? Integration. What is that? Integration is something like this. You have the symbol, integration symbol is this. Derivatives you had in grade 12. So integration I'll tell you. How do you find the area of a box? I mean a cube, not cube, square. How do you find the area? How do you find the area? Area puthe, you can find area is equal A times A in a square, right? A times A. So if I give you, this is a regular object. If I give you like irregular object, how can you find the area? Any idea? Now tell me, all A-level students, how to find the area of this irregular object. Yes, Ramal, how do you find area of this? Any idea? Nothing. Think, think and tell me. මේ irregular object එකේ area එක හොයන්න පුළුවන් කොහොමද කියලා. ඉගෙනගෙන නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලෝ. මේ තාක් ඉගෙනගෙන නැහැ. නිකන් හිතලා මට අදහසක් දෙන්න. හරි ඔයගොල්ලෝ තමයි දැන් scientist. You're going to prove and you're going to find something to find the irregular object. මේ වෙනකන් හොයාගෙන නැහැ irregular objects වල area හොයන්න. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තමයි හොයන්න තියෙන්නේ. Tell me how you are going to find. මොකද්ද?
ඔය ලයින් එකේ ඩිස්ටන්ස් එක අරගෙන ඒක හතරෙන් බෙදලා ඒ එන වැලියු එක ඒ එන වැලියු එකම වැඩි කරනවා.
මේ line මොකද්ද?
ඔය ලයින් එකේ ඩිස්ටන්ස් එක අරගෙන
ආ
ඒක හතරට බෙදලා
ඒක හතරට බෙදලා
ඒ වැලියු එක ඒ වැලියු එකම වැඩි කරනවා.
ඒක ස්ක්වයර් එකක් විදිහට ගන්නවා. හතරට බෙදපු නිසා දැන් ඔයා
ඔව්.
මේක නූලක් වගේ එකක් ගා හිත නූලක් වගේ එකක් අරගෙන මේක උඩ තියලා හරිද? නූලක් වගේ එකක් මේක උඩ තියලා ඒ ඩිස්ටන්ස් එක ගත්තා. හිතන්නකෝ දිගාව 240 centimeters කියලා. ඔයා මේක හතරට බෙදුවාම ඔයාලට ස්ක්වයර් එකක් ආවා. ඊට පස්සේ මේක මේකෙන් වැඩි කරාම මේ මොකද්ද මේ ඒරියා එක එනවා. එහෙමනේ? ඕකේ. රොමල්ට අයිඩියා අදහසක් නැද්ද? රොමල්ට අදහසක් නැද්ද? නැද්ද? I can't hear you darling. නැහැ. හරි. මම මෙහෙම දුන්නොත් දැන් අපි මේ irregular objects හොයන්න යන්නේ මේ integration කියන lesson එකේ. හරිද? මේක ඇතුලේ මම අඳිනවා square එක. මේ square එක මේක ඇතුලේ අඳිනවා. හරිද? හැබැයි මේත් අපිට තව parts ඉතුරුලා තියෙනවා. මම මේක තව චූටි චූටි කොටු වලට බෙදනවා. චූටි චූටි කොටු වලට බෙදනවා. චූටි චූටි කොටු වලට බෙදලා දැන් මේ චූටි චූටි කොටු මෙතනක් තියත හැකිනේ මෙහෙම මේ හිස්සයි හැම එකක්ම චූටි චූටි කොටු වලින් තියත හැකියි. ඉරෙව්ව හැකියි. මේ චූටි චූටි කොටු වලින්. මේ චූටි කොටු ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා summation of all the parts එක කොටුවගේ area එක හොයාගත්තා. Summation of everything you can find the area of the irregular object. That is done by integration. අපි එක චූටි එකක හොයාගෙන summation එක ගන්නවා by integration. limit එකක් දාලා එහෙම කළා අපිට පුළුවන් irregular objects වල area හොයන්න. මේක තමයි ලේසිම විදිහ. අපි ඉගෙන ගමු එකින් එකට integration කරනකොට. Not only area, volume also we can find. Okay, then we have circles and permutation and combination. Another interesting part. Permutation and combination. Now, what is called gate to kiyat තියෙනවද? ඉස්කෝලේ gate to කීයක් තියෙනවද? ගණිතයේ gate to කීයක් තියෙනවද ඉස්කෝලේ? 3යි 4යි. රොමාල්ගේ ඉස්කෝලේ gate to කීයක් තියෙනවද? 3යි. මචට වැඩි කරන්න. හරිද? ඔන්න ඉස්කෝලේ තියෙනවා. හරිද? ස්කූල් එක තියෙනවා. හරි. enter වෙන්න ඔයගලන්ට මේ entering enter වෙන්න gate 3යි exit වෙන්න gate 2ක් දෙන්නම්. enter වෙන්නයි exit වෙන්නයි. හරිද? ඔන්න එක ළමේ මේ ගේට් එකෙන් එන්ටර් වෙලා S1 S2 S3 sit1 exit 2 දෙමුකෝ. එක ළමෙක් ඇවිල්ලා යාට එන්න පුළුවන් විදි කොහමද? S1 එකෙන් ඇවිල්ලා X1 එකෙන් යන්න පුළුවන්. S1 එකෙන් ඇවිල්ලා X2 එකෙන් යන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් S2 එකෙන් ඇවිල්ලා X1 එකෙන්. S2 එකෙන් ඇවිල්ලා X2 එකෙන්. මෙයාට එක එක විදි තියෙනවනේ. This is called arranging permutation and combinations වල වෙන්න මේක. We are finding how many ways a child can come in and go outside. So if we take 5 people, there are 5 people around a table. We have 5 chairs and this is a table. Around a table there are 5 people. We need to sit these 5 people on this 5 chairs. How many ways we can arrange these 5 people? Right, so that one we are learning in permutation and combination. The ways of arranging. How many ways are there? Okay. Then we have principle of mathematical induction, that is the theory part. Series. Series is a big part. Binomial expansion, you have done it. Complex numbers. What are complex numbers? What are complex numbers? You know about real numbers. Now what are complex numbers? You know rational and irrational? So complex numbers. Have you learned about this irrational P over Q? Something like this. Complex numbers. Real numbers we write with letter R. This is Z. Complex numbers Z, which contains real part plus imaginary part. You know this one? Do you have answer for this one? We are using I for this one. -1 is equal to I squared. We are using I. So I squared. So answer will be equal to I. Right? So complex numbers will contain a real part plus an imaginary part. Real part is the real numbers. Imaginary part is which contains I. I means negative 1. Okay. So you will be have 4 plus 3i. Or you will have x plus iy. This is complex numbers. Right? So you have to add complex numbers, subtract complex numbers, multiply complex numbers, divide complex numbers. Matrix you know. Right. Now we'll write down the applied part. This is also interesting. Jointed rod and frameworks. Jointed rod is hinge. You know hinge. Jointed rod, you have hinge from some point and it will rotate, right? And frameworks. Frameworks is very important when it comes to bridges. දැකලා තියෙනවද අර කෝච්චි මේ පාලම මේ ගඟක් උඩින් යනකොට කෝච්චි පාලමක දැකලා තියෙනවද? මෙහෙම තියෙනවා. දැකලා තියෙනවද? කෝච්චිය යන්නේ මේක මැද්දේ. මෙන්න මෙහෙම තියෙනවා. ඔය frameworks අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඒව ගැන ඉගෙන ගන්නවා frameworks පාඩම. Then we have impulse and collisions. Impulse and collisions. Right? Then we have work, power, energy. මේ ටික නම් හරිම ලේසි. Work, power, energy. Right? Then we have finally the circular motion. Circular motion. Circular motion is what? When we tie something on a thread, එහෙම කැරකෙව්වොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? දැන් අපි නූලක් ගමුකෝ. නූලක් අරගෙන නූල ගැට ගන්නවා මං ගලක්. අරගෙන මේම් කරකවනවා. මොකද වෙන්නේ? මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒ කැරගෙනවා. හරිද? දැන් මෙතනින් මෙහෙම නූල අල්ලගෙන මම කරකවනවානේ. මෙතන ගල තියෙනවා. ස්ටෝන් එක තියෙනවා. මේක මෙතනට යනකොට මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ. ග්‍රැවිටි එකක් නැද්ද? එහෙනම් සර්කියුලර් මෝෂන් එකේ යන්නේ. මේ තැනට එනකොටත් ස්ටෝන් එක තියෙනවා. මෙතෙන්ට එනකොටත් ස්ටෝන් එක තියෙනවා. මේක මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ කොහමද? උඩ තියෙන්න පුළුවන්ද මේ ස්ට්‍රින්ග් එකක ස්ටෝන් එකක් ගැට ගහලා මෙහෙම තියන්න පුළුවන්ද? ග්‍රැවිටි තියෙනවනේ. කොහොමද මෙහෙම වෙන්නේ? මෙහෙම කරකවනකොට ඒක හයියෙන් අපි කරකවනකොට හයියෙන් කරකවනකොට මේක මෙහෙම වෙනවනේ. මෙතන ස්ටෝන් එකක් තියෙනවා. We are going to discuss everything in circular motion. Right. Then we have probability. Probability. Simple harmonic motion. This simple harmonic motion lesson is very hard. You have springs there, you have threads there, so many things are there. Center of mass. This is also one of my favorite lessons. Center of mass. You're going to find the center of mass. And finally, on the last, we have probability and statistics. Right. Note it down. Sorry, Pute?
Is this for
Grade
all
13.
the terms?
Grade 13. First term, second term, third term. First term, second term, third term.
Okay, teacher.
Don't think these are very simple ones. The center of mass, you need one book. Simple harmonic motion, you need one book. Actually, not needed. I'm not asking to get a one book, but one book will be needed. This one, this part, one book, and this part, one book is enough. Integration, one book you need. Circles, straight lines, one book. Mathematical induction, permutation, binomial, one book. Matrices, series, complex numbers, one book. මම මේ ගන්න කියනවා නෙමෙයි මෙච්චරක් පිටු යනවා. මොකද ගණන් හදන්න නැතුව concept එක විතරක් කියලා දුන්නාට ඔයගලන්ට exam එකට ගිහලා ගණන් හදන්න බෑ. ගණන් 100ක් හදලා ගිය exam එකට හම්බෙන්නේ ඊට වඩා වෙනස් ගණන්. concept එක දැනගෙන හිටියොත් හැබැයි හදන්න පුළුවන්. concept එක දැනගෙන ඉඳලා ගණන් practice කරලා ගියේ නැත්නම් වැඩක් නැහැ. paper class එකේ මම papers අපි lesson එක කරනවා. ඒ lesson එකට අදාළ paper එකක් LMS එකට upload කරනවා. අපි ඒක ඩිස්කස් කරනවා සහ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒක තනියෙන් කරන්නත් ඕන. හයි එකක් දෙන්න පාඩම උගන්නලානේ පේපර් ක්ලාස් එක තියෙන්නේ. පාඩම ඉගෙනුවට පස්සේ මම පේපර් එක දානවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ක්ලාස් එකේදී අපි ඩිස්කස් කරමු තව අමතර පන්ති questions උත් එක්ක. හරිද? හරි. Jointed rod frameworks, work power energy. work power energy දන්නවනේ? ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවනේ. work power energy මේ power වල දින අපි හන්දක් උඩ mountain එකක් උඩ කාර් එකක් යනවා කියන එක. එන්න මෙතනදී ඕනේ power එක එතන තියෙනවා h සමානයි pv කියලා equation එක. Right? So we learn everything. Energy දන්නවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ. Energy and power, there is a equation. Work and energy same thing. Circular motion I told you. Probability, harmonic motion. Center of mass කියන්නේ අපි body එකක් ගමුකෝ. We'll take a cone, right? A 3D one and a sphere, right? So where is the center of mass? Right? In a hemisphere, where is the center of mass? We are going to learn and we are going to derive it using integration, the center of mass, right? So probability, when you get combined figures, combined rigid bodies, probability and statistics, statistic is another thing, right? For statistics, I'll give you a tute. Right. Okay. Any doubts regarding the content? And this is, now I explained some topics. No, I have explained like 0.1% from each topic, right? There is a big part inside everything. So what you can understand, I have explained it today. Small part is there, right? So you all are big kids now. You all know you all are in A levels. So only I explained a small part. Right. So have you finished writing down everything? Okay. Shall I rest? Content එක ගැන දැන් අදහසක් තියෙනවනේ. ලේසිද content එක? නෑ. රොමාල් content එක ලේසිද?
නෑ ටීචර්.
හරි. අපි බලමු දැන් paper එක ගැන අදහසක් තියෙනවද තමයි content එක දැනගෙන හිටියට paper එක වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා දැනගන්න. මේ ඇත්තටම මේ ඔයගලන්ව බය කරන්න ඕනේ නෑ මට. හැබැයි ඔයගලන්ට pressure එකක් මම දුන්නේ නැත්තම් මේක කරන්න බෑ පුතේ. මම නිකන් ආවිල්ලා class එකේ ඇවිල්ලා මේක මෙහෙම කියලා ඉගෙනුවා කියලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ චුට්ටක් ඔලුවට දාගනි. ඔයාලට ගාණක් නෑ. කම්පිටිෂන් එක නෑ. මොකද මේක අපි ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාස් එකක් නේ කරන්නේ. ෆිසිකල් ක්ලාස් එක වගේම අපි මේක හදන්න බෑ. මම ඔයාලට පුළුවන් තරම් ප්‍රෙෂර් එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි ඇත්තටම බය වෙන්න ඕනේ. මම වැඩිපුර බය කරනවා. Right. We'll see about the paper. අද ඇත්තටම ලොකු වැඩක් කරන්න නෑ. ෆස්ට් ක්ලාස් එකනේ. Paper structure. Paper structure දැන් ඔයාලා දන්නවා. Papers දෙකක් එනවා කියලා. What are the two papers? You'll get pure paper and applied paper. Pure paper and applied paper, right? Pure paper, 3 hours and plus 10 minutes, which is given to read the paper. Same applied paper, 3 hours plus 10 minutes additionally to read the paper, right? And then PO is the paper 1. We consider it as paper 1. Applied paper we consider as paper 2. Right? And paper 1 also consists of part A and part B. Paper 2 also consists of part A and part B. Right? Part A will have 10 questions, short questions, right? Part A will have 10 short questions. Which you will get 25 marks each. So that means 25 times 10, you need to score 250 marks. Here also same 25 marks per each question, which will have 250 scores. Right? Then part B, darling. Part B, you have to answer 5 questions out of 7. There are 7 questions. So together, only you need to answer 5 questions. Same in here, 5 questions out of 7 you need to answer. Right? Each question will give 150 marks. which will be equal to 750 marks. From part B, you will get 750. One question, it will be 150. Here also, 150 times 5, which is equal to 750 marks. Okay. So, totally, here you will be having how many marks? 1000 marks. 1000 marks for paper 1. 1000 marks paper 2. Right? So, total marks for paper 1, 1000 divided by 10. Total marks for paper 2, 1000 divided by 10, which will be equal to 100 and 100. And so, final mark 100 plus 100 divided by 2. So, basically what? Combined mathematics paper will be marked out of 2000 marks and be and divided by 20. Paper 1000, paper 2000. Okay. Done? Okay. Ramal, finish? Okay. Right. So, darling, now part A. I told you 10 questions and out of 7 you have to answer 5 questions. So, that now even in all level paper there is a structure. No? So, you know that this question is a graph question. In all level maths paper I am talking, this question will be a graph question and this question will be a percentage question. This one is a simultaneous equation. This is volume and area. So, this is geometry. You had an idea, right? In all level paper, except for the part 1, part B, you had an idea. Even in part 1, part B part, this question is fraction, this question is probability. You had an idea, right? Same way, this 10 questions I'll give you roughly, but not the exact, right? Exactly, I can't tell that this first question will come from this lesson, but roughly I'll tell this question can come from this lesson. Okay? Right. So, have you finished writing? Shall I erase? Part A, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions. No? Roughly, I'm telling exactly not. This can be changed. This can be changed. Most of the time, it's mathematical induction. Then inequalities. Real, no, complex numbers. Binomial expansion. It's differentiation. Integration. Straight line. Circles. And finally, this is trigonometry. And 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, the 7 questions. Right? You can select 5 questions. This is polynomial or algebra. Then we have series, matrix and complex numbers, differentiation, derivatives, integration. This is not changing. This 2 is a constant. Straight line and curve also same. And finally, the trigonometry. The structure change, I'll let you know. Okay. Slightly, this can be. Okay. That Ramal, have you finished? Right. So paper 2 pute, I'm erasing this part. Paper 2, impulse and collision. Paper 2, this is part A and the ones which I wrote is part B. Let's go to write it. So here this is part A. Projectile, acceleration, energy, work, power, collision, circular motion. We have collision, I forgot to tell you, elastic collisions, conservation of momentum, that is in collisions, right? And circular motion. In applied paper, there is advantage, right? Most of the questions, they will give you the answer and ask us to prove it, right? Somehow you have the answer in the question, so you have to try the steps and you have to get the answer. And vectors, equilibrium of 3 coplanar force. forces friction equilibrium probability statistics. And part B have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Velocity, relative velocity, and we have velocity time graphs and relative velocity. Relative acceleration. This one is also very easy question. Circular motion, motion of straight line, vectors, framework. This is also easy. Center of gravity. This is also easy. You can score full marks. And finally, the statistics. Center of gravity frameworks, those ones you can score full marks. Okay, now you have an idea about the content as well as the paper. Okay, then we'll do something for today. Otherwise, we haven't done anything. So now tell me, do you have any idea about the subject? Any idea about the combined mathematics subject and what you are going to do? Speak, tell something. Aroman, do you have any idea මොන හරි අදහසක් තියෙනවද දැන් මේ maths combined maths subject එක ගැන? දැන් මේක ඉගෙනගෙන මොකද කරන්නේ?
Yes, teacher.
මේ subject එක ඉගෙනගෙන මොකද කරන්නේ? මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්? මේක ඉස්සෙල්ලා A level pass වෙන්න එපා. A level pass වුණාට පස්සේ degree එකක් කරන්න එපා. degrees තියෙනවා ඇති වෙන්න. ඕන තරම් තියෙනවා degrees. හරිද? වෙයි තමන්ට ගැලපෙන දැන් අපේ electronic engineer කෙනෙක් electronic side එකට කියන්නේ physics. මගේ projects ඔක්කොම යන්නේ physics side එකේ. university එකේ projects electronics electric side එක. කොහොම Arduino එක අපි කියන්නේ තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ දැන් බය වෙන්න එපා. ඒ කාලේ ඉගෙන ගනි. අද electronic engineering මොරටුවටම තමයි. තව තියෙනවා ඉතින් නැතුව නෙමෙයි ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට අපේ data science computer scientist ICT is not what you have learned in O levels and A levels. That is a vast subject and a hard subject in university. And cyber security is something super hard. And so, can you code? Aroman, can you code? What are the softwares you can do it? Python, C?
JavaScript.
Huh? Sorry, Pute? Huh?
JavaScript teacher.
JavaScript. Only that programming language. තව තියෙනවා ගොඩාක් programming language algorithms ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. ඇත්තටම කිව්වොත් යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ෆස්ට් ඉයර් එකේදී මම කම්පියුටර් සයන්ස් කරා. හැබැයි ඇත්තටම කිව්වොත් මට ඒක කරගන්න අමාරු වුණා. ඒ නිසා මම කරෙත් physics, ICT and maths. ඒ සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් තුනම තමයි යුනිවර්සිටි එකේදී සිලෙක්ට් කරේ. physics, maths and ICT. අපිට ICT නෙමෙයි කම්පියුටර් සයන්ස් කියලා තියෙන්නේ. යුනිවර්සිටි එකට ගියාම ෆස්ට් ඉයර් එකේදී කරා ලේසි නෑ අමාරුයි. ඊපස්සේ ෆිසික්ස් මැත්ස් විතරක් අරගත්තා කම්පියුටර් සයන්ස් තියෙනවා. හිතනවට වැඩිය ICT කියන සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක ලොකු සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක්. ඒ වගේම මේ ෆීල්ඩ් එක දැන් තියෙන්නේ. Nothing is without maybe you know about ChatGPT. You know? You know Python and C++? Very good. I know same thing. I know C and Python. That's it. You know ChatGPT, right? Roman, you know ChatGPT? Roman, මොකද උනේ? It's okay, he'll come. Maybe a connection problem. ChatGPT, think about the AI technology they have used to develop that. The software can answer any question which you give. Any question which you give, ChatGPT can answer. Think about the technology which is in there and the technology we haven't touched. අපි තාම අල්ලවත් නැති technology ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. Ramal, what happened? Connection problem?
Yes, teacher.
Mm.
Training here.
So Ramal, it's not easy, right? So there is so many things. අපි අල්ලලවත් නැති technology එකක් තව ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. හරිද? සතුටින් බලාගෙන ඉන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ ඒ තැන්වලට එනකම්. හරිද? Okay, so this is all about the content and the paper. Then we'll move on. කවුද අපේ ගනිදු? That's better you know the languages because actually you need languages when you're going to do projects. These languages, there are so many problems with when we don't know languages. I mean programming language, not the language we talk, the programming language. That will help you someday. So learn everything. That will help you. Someday you want it. When you are doing electrical engineering, we need to know programming. Actually, when you come to Arduino, you need to know about programming. So Python, C++, that is very important. So actually, what we do is we get the code from ChatGPT. That's what we do. Right. Then we'll learn something. I'm going to recall something. Actually, we're not going to start the exact first lesson today because I need to know about your knowledge. I need to know where you are and I need to recall some small parts. I have to touch some small parts that you haven't touched until now. So which will be very important when you are learning advanced level. Right. Right. Review of algebra. Review of algebra. Right. So we'll learn about expand algebraic expression. Expand algebraic expression. Before that, What is this degree? What is called by degree? What is mean by degree? Not the degree we are going to take it from the university, and not the degree in the circle 360 degrees. We tell that this is also degree. I'm not talking about that degree. When it comes to expressions, there is something with degree. What is that? Yes, Romal? When degree kya මොකද්ද? We have x squared, x to the power 3, x to the power 4, the power. This is the degree. Second degree, third degree, fourth degree. Right. Expressions වල terms ගන්න අනුව අපිට name කරන්න පුළුවන් expression. Degree එකේ අගේ අනුව, the value of the degree, we can name the expression, right? So if it's one term, according to the terms, right? According to the term, if it's 2 x to the power 3, x to the power 3, it's only one term. Only one term is there. This is monomial. This is monomial, right? So if it's like this, how many terms are there? 2 terms. If it's 2 terms, what is that? Binomial. If it's 2 terms, binomial. 4x plus 3. This is what? You have 3 terms. Terms තුනක්. Trinomial. Trinomial. Right? And then if you have 4 terms, quadron, right? Quadrinomial. Right? Quadrinomial. Right? According to the terms. According to the terms, monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial. Right? According to the degree. We have linear and we have quadratic. Linear means x plus 5. This is degree is 1. Degree is 1, linear. Quadratic, degree is 2. Cubic. Cubic is what? X cube. Degree is 3. And then we have protic. If the degree is 4, this is x to the power 4 plus 5. Right? According to the terms, monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial. According to the degree, linear, quadratic, cubic, protic. Right? Just to know. Okay, right. Then we'll come to expansion. A plus b to the power 0. A plus b to the power 0 is how much? 1. Anything to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. A plus b to the power 1 is how much? A plus b, right? Unmute yourself. A plus b to the power 2 square. Yes? Tell me the answer.
A squared plus B squared.
A squared plus b squared. Roman? Yes, darling. Roman? I think there is something to be added.
A plus B. A plus B.
A plus B.
Or 2A plus B.
2A plus B.
2a squared plus 2b squared.
2A squared plus 2. දෙන්නවම දැන් මං යවනවා ආයිත් ශිහාන් සර්ගේ පන්තියට. How are you going to expand a quadratic one? A plus B to the power 2. A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. දැන් හරිද රොමල්?
Yes, teacher.
Do you want me to prove how you got this one? වෙලාවට මේක මම කරන්න ගත්තේ නැත්නම් A level වලින්ම පටන් ගත්තා නම් එහෙනම් මමත් හිර වෙනවා. Right. A plus B squared you can write. Now this is actually power, right? 3 squared means 3 times 3. So the same thing, A plus B squared I can write A plus B into A plus B. So how are you going to simplify this? Each term should be multiplied by each one. A is going to multiply by A and B. This one, right? So A times A squared plus AB plus BA plus B squared. This part is what? AB plus BA, same thing, right? 3 times 2 plus 2 times 3. 3 times 2 and 2 times 3 is same thing, right? 6, no? Both the way, so same thing I can write. A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. Harima shock. Right. A plus B to the power 3. A plus B to the power 3. Then can balance make. මේක මතක නැති එක මේක නම් මතකම නැතුව ඇති. දැන් දුවලගෙන් ශාන්තගේ පොත තමයි අරන් එන්න වෙන්නේ. Yes? හරි මම මේකේ මතක තියාගන්න ලේසි ක්‍රමයක් කියලා දෙන්න. මට මොනවමද මේකට උත්තරයක් කියන්න. Unmute yourself ගනිදු.
ටීචර් ඒකට අර tree කියලා කියන්නේ cube.
Cube. Oh, A plus B to the power A plus B cube. Yes. මේක A cube. හරි.
A cube plus 3ab plus b cube.
Ramal, anything to be added?
Teacher 2AB දෙන්න ඕනේ.
2AB plus B cube. එහෙමද? එහෙමද? මෙතනින් pattern එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා බලන්න. 0 power බලන්න ගනිදු. Ramal, look at here. 0 power, you had only one term. Power 1, you have 2 terms. Power 2, you have 3 terms. If it's power 3 means how many terms should be there? 4 terms should be there, right? A cube is the first term. Second term, there is a pattern I'll tell you. 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cube. These are the 4 terms, right? Now look at this. A cube, here what happened? A squared, here A. Power of A is decreasing. What about the power of B? 1, 2, 3. Power of B is increasing. මට හිතනවා දෙන්න ඉතුරු ටික දිගටම. හැබැයි මම ක්‍රමය කියලා දෙන්න. Right. Now look at here පුතේ. Here 1 no. Right. Now we are going to take the sorry, I'll come here this side. Here 1. Right? I'm going to take the coefficients, right? What are the coefficients of these two? Here also coefficient is 1. Here also coefficient is 1. A වලත් coefficient එක එකයි, B වලත් coefficient එක එකයි. Right, now we'll take this one. What are the coefficients? A වල coefficient එක එකයි. එතන coefficient එක 2යි. මේකේ coefficient එක එකයි. Right? And here tell me the coefficients. 1, 3, 3. Here the coefficient is 1. Right? Now can you see? This is 1. This is also 1. Always. This side also 1 and this side also 1. Right. What can you say about 2? 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. Make a live a plus b to the power 4 live what comma then 1 metana. Then 10 kiyada 4 metana 6 again 4 and 1. Coefficients ටික ගත්තා. දැන් මේක ලියමු බලන්න. මේක ලියන්න පුළුවන්. How many terms should be there? 5 terms. A to the power 4 is the first term. A to the power 4 is the first term. Second term, what is the coefficient? 4. Right? What happened? Power of A is decreasing. So A to the power 3 B plus next coefficient is 6. Power of A is decreasing. Power of B is increasing. Plus next coefficient is 4. Power of A decreasing. Power of B increasing. Plus B to the power 4. Okay. What is this one? There is a name for this triangle that is called Pascal's triangle. Which is called Pascal's triangle. Then මම doubt ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්නද? දැන් a to the power 4 දුන්නා. මං හදිස්සියේ දැන් මේක first එකනේ second. This is quadratic. This is the cubic one. This is the fourth power. If I ask you to find the eighth power, එක්ක Pascal triangle එක continue කරන්න ඕනේ 8th power එකට එනකන්. එහෙම නැත්තම් වෙන විදිහක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ මේක හදන්න. හරි මේක copy down කරගන්නකො ඉස්සෙල්ලා මම ඒකත් කියලා දෙන්න. I'll write this much closer, darling. Otherwise, I don't have enough space. Let me know. Unmute yourself and let me know.
Okay, teacher.
Done?
Okay.
Okay, Roman? Okay. Right. So, if we see the fifth power, fifth power will be 1, 5, 10, 10, 5 and 1. And this will be the fifth power. Right? Now, actually, this part which I'm going to teach you now is not something related with algebra, something advancing. Actually, we use that one in permutation and combination. I hope you can remember I gave it in the content, permutation and combination, and in polynomials. Actually, we use this one in that one, but for your case, for your easiness, I'm going to use that one. Right? So then this will be better for you all. When it comes to permutation and combination, that is not new for you all. You know about that. Something is there which is, I'm going to write it here and I'm going to erase it, right? N, C, R. In combination, we have N, C, R. This one, we can write it as N. This word is new for you all, but in advanced level, very frequently you can hear this word. Factorial. In factorial over R factorial n minus R factorial. Right? Actually, what is this factorial? Now, put a star mark and box this one. Then something additional. You can write it in some other place also. No need to write it here on the bottom. At least in the back of the book or anywhere. No problem. Right? Okay. So actually, what is mean by this factorial? If I give you 5 factorial, 5 factorial, 5 factorial is pute 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times 1. 9 factorial is what? 9 times, 8 times, 7 times, 6 times, 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times 1. You can write this in other way also. 5 factorial you can write starting from 1 up to 5 you can write. Other way also you can write it, right? So if I give you 4 factorial, you can write start from 1, 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4. No problem, right? Same thing. But I am used to 4 factorial means 4 times, 3 times, 2 times 1. Okay? Raman, can understand?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, right. Now you have an idea about factorial. Now we'll see NCR. NCR, if I give you a number, N 5 CR, I'll give you as 2. 5C2. This is in the format of this, right? So Pute, this one how can I write? N factorial is on the numerator. That means 5 factorial. 5 factorial. On the denominator, what do we have? R factorial. R factorial is 2 factorial. Right? Then we have N minus R. N minus R. N minus R. N minus R is what? 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is how much? 3 factorial. Terunada? May NCR, I can write it this one as N factorial over R factorial divided by N minus R. Right? So I am going to take it as an example. N is same as 5, R is same as 2. Now N is on the numerator, that means 5 is in the numerator over R 2 N minus R. N can 5, R can 2. 5 minus 2 can 3 factorial. Right. Now we'll simplify this. 5 factorial means, now tell me, 5 factorial. Unmute yourself and tell me. 5 times.
Multiplied 4, 3, 2, 1.
Very good. Right. 2 factorial. 2 times 1. Then multiplied by 3 factorial means 3 times 2 times 1. Now you can cancel the denominator. So the denominator with the numerator. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. 3, 2, 1. I can cancel. Right? So what will be there? 3 times 4 over 2 times 1. 3 times 4 is 20. 20 divided by 2, you will have 10.
3 times 4, 5 times.
5 times 4. Sorry. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Okay? Got it? Ramal?
Yes, teacher.
Right. Factorial and this notation and this one you got it. Right. Then have a small box like this and note down this something, this one somewhere else. Finish writing, Kanidu? Right. Right. Try to find the answers for this one. When you're finished, try to find the answers for that one.
Teacher, I finish.
Okay. Ramal? 10, 6, 35, 6. Okay, I have got the answers. Good job. Ramal, what happened?
Finish, teacher.
Finish. Okay, what are the answers you got, darling?
10, 6, 30, 26.
6, 30, 26. So, last two different. We have 5, 4, 3, 3, 1. Yeah. 6, correct. 7, 5, 3, 2, 1 is equal to 7 times 5 is 35. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3. What happened, Ramal? Last two. Ganitu's answers are correct. Ganitu's answers are correct. What happened to Ramal?
I have find C2, 3.
Sorry, darling.
I have done last one 2 times.
Last one 2 times. Huh. Okay. So now you did this one in this method. Now you found that so many things will be cancelled. When you write everything, so many things will be cancelled. I'll tell you a easy method. This is very important. Right. Now look at all the 3 sums which you have done. So you have to write 5 and 3. No? So you write it here as in the numerator. You write it the 5 fact n means the 5. 5 factorial. No, you have to write. Right. 5 factorial you have to write. 5 factorial means 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times 1. Right. Concept is this one. Make equation එක හැබැයි මේක ලිව්වට පස්සේ මොකද වෙන්නේ මේ ඔක්කොම cancel වෙනවනේ everything will be cancelled. So I'm going to tell you an easy way after cancelling off what will be remaining. ඒක බලාගන්න මෙහෙමයි. හරිද? හැමතැනම මෙහෙම තමයි. terms මෙතන කීයද තියෙන්නේ? 3නේ. 5 factorial වල මෙතන 3 නම් තියෙන්නේ terms 3ක් ලියන්න. terms 3ක් ලියන්න. Right, only 2 terms. Over මෙතන 3 නේ තියෙන්නේ. 3 terms ටික ලියන්න. 3 times 2 times 1. මේක තමයි මේක මම ඔයාලට ලේසි විදිහක් කියලා දෙන්නේ. Right? So then this will cancel with this one. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 by 2 is 10. මේකත් බලන්න. 4 factorial එකනේ ගන්න ඕනේ. 4 factorial එක ගන්න ඕනේ. Here you have 2. Then write only 2 terms in the 4 factorial. 4 times 3, 2 factorial you have to write. Then you will have, when you cancel off, you will get 6. 7 and 3. 7 and 3. 7 factorial, how many terms you have to write? How many terms? Here it is 3 means 7 times, 6 times, 5, 3 times, 2 times, 1. Then you can cut off and you can have the answer as 35. Here what happened? 6 and 5. 6 factorial you have to write. You have to write 5 terms. 5, 4, 3, 2. May set cancel and answer is 6. Okay. Now are you familiar with this one? Okay, Roma? Right. Ganidu, okay. Right. Now then we'll come back to the lesson. Right. So here I have written the coefficients of fifth power. Here up to I have 4 now written. The fifth power I have written. Right. So darling, this one, this coefficients, I can write it in the form of this one. How can I write? This is fifth power, no? So n is equal to 5. C, the first term is 0. This one is 5C1. This one is 5C2. This term is 5C3. Right? But no need to write. Why? When you have 6 terms, 3 terms here, the last 3 terms also same thing, right? When you have 5 terms, up to here, it's enough to find. And the next 2 terms, you can write it. හරිද? මේක දැන් අපි බලමු මේ 1 5 10 එනවද කියලා. මෙන්න මේක බලමුකෝ. 5 and 1. 5 and 1, right? 5 C1. Right. I'm not going to use the long format. I taught you an easy method. So in the numerator you have 5 factorial, but here 1, no? So one term is enough and one answer is 5. Right? Or you can see, you can multiply and see the exact format, right? Right. Then 5C2. 5C2 is what? 5 factorial in the numerator, but here 2 means 2 terms is enough. And 2 times 1, which will be equal to 10. Okay? This is how you can get the coefficients easy. If I ask you to find a plus b to the power 7. A plus b to the power 7 means how many terms will be there? There are 8 terms will be there. 8 terms will be there, right? We'll write a to the power 7, a to the power 6b, a to the power 5b, a to the power 4, b to the power 3, a to the power 3, b to the power 4, a squared, b to the power 5, a b to the power 6, b to the power 7. Right? Then we need to find the coefficients. We need to find the coefficients. We'll find the coefficients. So here this is this one. This is what? Now 7th power. Coefficient of this one is 7C1. 7C1 is how much? 7C1 is 7 over 1. That means 7. So here coefficient is 7. Here 7C2. 7C2 is 7 times 6 over 2 times 1. So answer is 7 times 3, which is equal to 21. Okay. This one 7C3. 7C3 means 7 times 6 times 5 divided by 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 35. Coefficient is 35. Now the space is not enough. Okay. Right. Here it is 7. That means 7C1. This one 7C2. 7C2 is 7 times 6 over 2 times 1, which will be equals to 21. This one is 7C3. 7 times 6 times 5, over 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 35. Right. What can you say about the coefficient? These coefficients? Same, right? 35, 21, 7. Got it? Can you do, Romal? Okay, note it down up to here. If I give you a plus b to the power 10, can you find it? So there should be 11 terms, and 11 terms you can find it as 11C1, 11C2, 11C3, 11C4, like that you can find it. Okay, done writing? No. Ramal finish. Done, Ganido, have you finished? Okay. Right. So, any doubts regarding this part? If I give you to find a plus b to the power 10, can you find it? So, you have to have 10c1, 10c2, 10c4 to find the coefficients. So, there should be 11 terms to the power 10. Okay. Try to find a plus b to the power 6. Try to find the terms. There should be 7 terms. You can find it. Try to find it. Finish? You want some time? Okay. Kamal done. Ganindo, you want some more time?
1 minute, teacher.
Okay. Well, you can type the coefficients which you obtain. Okay, right. So what are the answers? Yes, let me know the answers. Unmute yourselves. A to the power 6.
6,
Hmm?
6,
Hmm?
A5,
Hmm?
B
Hmm?
plus
Hmm?
15,
Hmm? A to the power
B
4. B squared. Correct.
20,
Hmm? A cube. B cube. Plus again then
20. Oh yeah, 50.
A squared. B to the power 4. And I don't have enough space. 6. A B to the power 5 plus B to the power. Okay, Romal.
Yes, teacher.
Right. Then darling. Then addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of algebraic fraction. Expressions. Addition, subtraction. You want a break? Multiplication, division of algebraic expression. Okay, right? Example. 5x plus 2x is how much?
7x.
7x. Right? Then 5x squared plus 2x squared is how much? 7x squared. Right? 5x plus y plus 2x plus y is how much? Yes? How much?
7x plus 7y.
7x plus 7y. Okay, Romal, any idea?
Same answer, teacher.
Same. Right, now look at here. How did we add? we can add only the like terms. We can add only the like terms. Here also, normally what do you do? Normally what do? You expand this. 5x plus 5y plus 2x plus 2y. Then you add the like terms, right? So no need to do that. This part and this part is same. Similarly, 7x plus y. O level නෙමෙයි A level. Right. What about this? So you are going to expand each thing and write it. No need. 7x squared plus 2x plus 3. O level වලදී කරා නම් මේ එකින් එකට expand කරලා ඊට පස්සේ තමයි මේම ගන්න. A level වලදී අපි steps ගොඩාක් skip කරනවා. Right. What about this? 2 over x plus 3, sorry, 5 over x plus 3, 2 over x plus 3. What is the answer?
7 over x plus 3.
So this, you know that if the denominators are same, you can add. Oh, this is same, right? I just wanted to show you this one. That's what. I can write like this, no? So same thing, you can write 7, 1 over x plus 3. I just needed to show you that this part is same. Okay, so you can directly write it 7 over plus 3. Okay, right, which are called like terms. Which are called like terms. If it's like this, 3x squared plus 4xy, can we add this? Subtraction also same like additions. We can only add the like and then subtract only the like terms. Only add and subtract the like terms. So the like terms, you need to consider about the degree. About the degree or the power. That means x squared plus x, can you add? X squared plus x, can you add? Or subtract, can you? No, you have to check about the degree and power. And the variables. And the variables. X plus xy. Can you add this? No. You can't add and get a one value. Right? So you have here you have two variables, here you have only one variables, right? So AB and 2AB, AB, 3ABC. These are like terms and these are unlike terms. Right? Right. Then write down everything and try to add these ones. X squared plus 4xy plus 3y x squared. You have to add this one, x squared plus 7x squared y plus 3yx. Add this one. Second one, 8 a plus b plus 3 m plus n. Right? Plus 2m plus n plus 3a plus b. This is one term, this is one term, this is one term, and this is one term. Four x squared y plus 3x z squared plus 2y squared z plus 2x squared y plus 7x z squared. Try to add these three. Add and subtraction, same thing, only the sign is different, same concept. Adding.
Yes, T.
Okay. Ramal?
Teacher, did this.
Right. So what will be the answers? Shall I erase everything? Everything means this part, okay? Did you note it
Okay,
down?
teacher.
Ramal?
Yes, teacher.
Teacher, do we need to do subtraction also?
No. Same thing, no darling? Not much big case. Right. So what is the answer for first one?
X squared
Hmm.
plus 12xy plus 10x squared y.
Okay. Check again. Two terms are correct, one term is wrong. Ramal?
2x squared
Huh? So where the mistake you have done, Ganindo? X squared plus x
X
squared.
squared
Which is equal to 2x squared. 4xy can be added with 3yx,
3y.
which is plus 7xy. Then this will be added with this one, plus 10x squared y. Second one. Yes?
7a plus b
11a plus b, very good.
5m plus 1 n.
M plus n, very good, Ramal. Right. Third one.
6x squared y
Hmm.
plus 10x z squared.
10 is x is z squared
X is
plus 2
plus 2x 2y
y
squared.
squared. 1 minute. Right. Okay. So addition and subtraction is same thing. Subtraction is also same thing. You have to add the subtract the like terms. Right. Then multiplication. Multiplication. Right. Multiplication, very simple. Very simple means you have to multiply each term by the term given. Right. So here we have as an example. Example 7x squared plus 2x plus 6. You need to multiply this one by an expression, algebraic expression 4x squared plus 3x plus 2. How do you multiply this one, Pute? Each term you have to multiply. 7x squared should be multiplied by this one by this by this. Can you multiply it? Do you want my help? Taniyan puluwanne? Ramal? Try karan, multiply karan bara. And this will be the first one. Second one, 2x squared minus 7x plus 3x squared minus 3x. Multiply it.
Teacher,
Yes?
teacher second එකේ minus 7x minus 3x එක multiply කරද්දි මේ positive sign එක නේද එන්නේ ඉස්සරහට.
Minus into minus, that will be the answer. Plus. Minus times minus into minus, you will get plus. Plus into plus, you will get plus. Minus times plus, you will get minus. Plus times minus also, you will get minus. Okay? That? Ramal?
Yes, teacher.
I didn't hear, darling.
Finish, teacher.
Huh? Second one.
Both.
Done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, then tell me the answers.
28x to the power 4
28 x to the power 4. Very good.
plus what?
21 x cube. 14 x squared plus, now I have to multiply.
12.
Then this one I have to multiply. 8x cube plus 6x squared plus 4x plus 24 x squared plus 18x plus 12. Correct? Okay? Then we'll add 28x to the power 4. X cube, what do we have? 21, 8. 21, 8 means 29 to the power x to the power 3. X square, 14, 6, 20. 20, 24 is 40. 4x squared plus 4 and 18, 22x plus. Okay? Okay, Roman? Like this one. Now tell me. I'm not going to answer. Tell me.
2x to the power 4
Hmm?
minus 6x cube
Hmm?
minus 7x cube
Hmm?
plus 21x square
Hmm?
plus 3.
3? Just 3.
3x squared plus
Ah.
9x is
Plus
9x.
or minus?
Minus 9x.
Then we'll add it. 2x to the power 4. Then we have minus 13x cube. Here we'll be having 24x squared minus 9. Okay, multiplication of algebraic expressions, not hard, right? Very simple. And last part, we'll do it. Division. Division. 3x to the power 3 minus 7 x squared plus 3x minus 27. I'm going to divide this by x minus 3. This expression is divided by this one. How? We use long division also normally. When dividing, we use long division. This one also we'll use it. 3x cube minus 7x squared plus 3x minus x minus 3. Okay. Now Pute, how are you going to divide this one? Can you remember? You have done this. Can't. මතක නැද්ද? මේ divide කරා මතක නැහැ? ප්‍රමාණයටත් මතක නැද්ද?
නෑ ටීචර්. නෑ ටීචර්.
මතක නැහැ. අයියෝ හරි මම ලේසි විදියක් කියලා දෙන්නම්කෝ. මෙන්න මේක අමතක කරන්න. හරිද? -3 part එක අමතක කරන්න. x නේ දෙන්නේ. 3x cube x කෙන් divide කරාම කීයද එන්නේ? 3x cube when you divide by x. That is the answer. 3x squared. නේද? මෙතනින් ලියනවා අපි ඒක. 3x squared. Then now same as long division. කොහොමද කරන්නේ? අපි දැන් ලිව්වොත් 94 3 වලින් divide කරන්න කිව්වොත් අපි මොකද කරන්නේ? 9 වලට 3 කොච්චරක් තියෙනවද කියලා බලනවා. ඊට පස්සේ 3 times 3 9 කියලා මෙතන ගන්නවානේ. Same way 3x squared times this one. 3x squared times x minus 3. 3x squared times x කීයද එන්නේ? 3x to the power 3 minus 9x squared. පැහැදිලිද? Right. Then what do we do? Then we subtract. Ne? Then we subtract. Right. Minus 7x squared minus 9x squared. Tell me how much is the answer. Minus 7x squared minus 9x squared. Minus මොකද වෙන්නේ? Minus into minus. Very good. 9 plus 9x means answer is 2x square. 3x cube minus is 0. Right. Now then next part. අපි ඊළඟට මොකද කරන්නේ? මෙයා වඩු කරාට පස්සේ මෙයා පල්ලෙහාට ගේනවා. Here also we bring that one down. Again same thing. 2x cube, forget about the 3. 2x cube, 2x square divide by x. 2x squared x again divide කරාම කීයද? 2x plus 2x. Then multiply it. 2x times x is 2x square. 2x times minus 3 is minus 6x. Another. Then you subtract it. 3x minus 6 is how much, darling? 3x minus 6. Here, 3x minus 6.
Plus 9x.
9x plus 9x. So this, when you subtract from this one, that is equal to 0. Then the last part you bring it minus 27. Same way, with 9x. So 9x, when you divide by x, what happens? Only 9 will be there. Plus 9. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times minus 3 is minus 27. Okay, so we divide it. Quotient. Quotient is 3x square plus 2x plus 9, and the remainder is 0. Okay, right, note it down and do this one as homework. This one, the whole thing, you have to divide it by minus 2x plus 5. This is divide, right? Note it down and do that one as homework.
Teacher 12x squared එක හදතේ 17x නේ තියෙන්නේ.
Oh, 17x minus 26. And 17 දෙකෙන් බෙදෙන්නේ නැති හින්දාද? බය වෙන්න එපා. බෙදෙනවා. මොකද අඩු කරලා එනකොට even number එකක් එන්නේ. මේ ඔක්කොම ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙනගත්තු දේවල් අද කරේ චුට්ටක් වැඩි කරපු දේවල් තිබුණා. හැබැයි මේ ඔක්කොම ඉගෙනගත්තු දේවල්. Done? Finish writing? Okay, Roman? එළියට බබා.
Yes, teacher.
මං තාම හරියට රොමාල්ගේ මූණ දැක්කේ නැහැ. ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඇස් දෙකෙන් උඩ තිබුණේ දැන් කටෙන් උඩ තියෙනවා. පොඩ්ඩක් ෆෝන් එක දැන් තමයි හරියට දැක්කේ මූණ. Okay, right? So this is all about, no, I have planned something more for today, but unfortunately 1.5 hours I have to spend the content and the structure. So I had only 1.5 hours to do this part. I planned actually 1 hour for the content and the structure and 2 hours for the class. But I have to take another half an hour for content and the structure. Okay, right. Other part, small part is remaining for recall, factorizing. Can you remember factorizing and expansion? Expanding. Then අපි expansion චුට්ටක් කරා. To the power 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 කරේ අපි. A plus B to the power 2, A plus B to the power 3. කරන්නේ නේ. තව තියෙනවා නේද? Negative එක. expansion තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ වගේ එකක් දුන්නම factorize කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. Three ways are there to factorize: the normal factorizing method and complete by completing square and then by formula. This is all level. Three ways of factorizing: finding factors, the factorizing, completing squares and by the formula, right? So that part is remaining, and simultaneous equation and laws of indices and logarithms are there to recall. We'll recall on the paper revision class. As a revision, on the revision class, we'll recall that part. And then we can start the lesson from next week. The first 2 months I have to spend for the pure part, and then we apply. Okay, right. So boys, so anything to be asked, or any feedbacks, any things to I have to improve, any comments or any questions?
Teacher, what are the books we need?
Books, same question you have asked. The writing books you have to take, right? Normally you need to have 2 books for applied and pure. හැබැයි මං කිව්වා වගේ එක පාඩමකට එක පොතක් යනවාමයි. ගන්න කියලා නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ යනවා. ඊට අමතරව රිසෝස් බුක්ස් වෙන පොත් ගන්න ඕනේ. මම ඒ ලිස්ට් එකත් එක ගෲප් එකට දාන්නම්. ඔයාලට පාස් පේපර් බුක් එක කොහොමද ගන්න වෙනවා. හරිද? ඊට අමතරව තියෙනවා ඇප්ලයිඩ් වලටයි පියෝ වලටයි වෙනම මොඩල් පේපර්ස් එක තව පොතක් තියෙනවා. හරිද? මම ඒකේ හරියටම නමත් එක්ක ඕතත් එක්ක ගෲප් එකට මෙසේජ් එකක් දාන්නම්. හරිද? ගණන් දස් ගානක් විතර වෙනවා. බලමු එහෙම නැති වුණොත් මම PDF එකක් දෙන්න try කරන්නම්. හරිද? මොකද මං ගාව අන්තිම අවුරුදු වල ඒවා නැහැ. එතන පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මං message එකක් දාන්නම් group එකට. මොනවද ගන්න ඕනේ පොත් කියලා. හරිද? writing books එක නම් ඉතින් පොතේ ගන්න වෙනවා. Okay. So any other things to ask? වෙනම මේ A level වලට text book එකක් නැහැ. ඔයාලට refer කරන්න එහෙම මේ O level වගේ text books මුකුත් නැහැ. ටීචර් මොනවද ගන්නන්නේ? ඒක තමයි ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඉස්කෝලේ ගණිත නම් ඉස්කෝලේ යන්නේ නැහනේ. අපේ රොමාලි ඉස්කෝලේ යනවනේ නේද? Okay, then we'll see whether the next week also others will join or not. Then exam ඉවර වෙච්ච ගමන් කොහොමද exam ඉවර වෙච්ච ගමන්ම පන්ති වලට යන්නේ නැහැ. මමත් මාස දෙකක් විතර ගෙදර තමයි පන්ති. පොඩ රෙස්ට් එකේ කොහරි ඇවිදලා කරලා කට්ටිය join වෙයි හිමීට. අලුතෙන් පටන් ගත්ත classes. A level කොහමද අලුතෙන් පටන් ගන්නේ? Right? Okay. Anything? Any comments? Nothing? No? Supiri. Okay. රොමාල්ට මොනවද කියන්න තියෙනවද? Cheers. Okay. Like my voice. Then we'll meet. First of all, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. අපි අවුරුද්දෙන් පස්සේ ආයි හම්බෙමු.
Same to you, teacher.
Same to you, teacher.
Right. Okay. So after the New Year, we'll meet. So then, okay, 10 past 6 minutes. Okay. Then my boys. Hi. Good night. Stay safe.
Good night, teacher. Thank you, teacher.